Good morning and welcome to Conservatively Speaking on AM 830 WCRN and AM 730 WACE. I'm Joe Mandricotti. We have a great show lined up this morning on Conservatively Speaking. Of course, we'll also check in with Out with Joe at 6:30. We're going to hear from Tina Marie Billing, our music editor, and she's going to tell you what is hot and happening on the local music scene. At 7:30, we're going to hear from Chris and Dan Murray from the Murray Law Office. Elder care law. Fascinating field, by the way. So Handling Change at 7:30. Make sure you stay tuned for that. You can check that out at handlingchange.info on the net as well. And you can check us out at conservativelyspeaking.net. We do shortcut that to yourrighttalk.com. Follow us on our social media platforms at Your Right Talk. So hour one, we're going to talk about a few things. Well, one, I'm going to look back and reflect at the week with George Herbert Walker Bush and his funeral. I was a young guy starting in the radio business as a reporter and a morning news guy when George H. Bush was vice president and was running for president in 1988. And the treatment that he received this week isn't very reflective of the treatment he received as candidate Bush, Vice President Bush, and certainly President Bush. I remember them referring to him as a wimp with a resume that includes youngest fighter pilot in the history of the military, a plane being shot out from under him, dumping into the Pacific Ocean and being rescued eventually by a U.S. submarine, and a CIA director in 8 years as a vice president. It's one heck of a resume to be president, and nothing about his resume cries wimp out to me. So I don't know where that comes from. We're also going there was a really great thing I'm going to talk about the National Arlington Cemetery. There's some facts that I'm going to share about the soldier who guards that monument. Fascinating stuff there. I'll share that in hour one. Hour two is going to be great because Dr. Larry Fatawa, he joins us. This guy is a columnist, a conservative, great political analyst and observer, and we're going to talk about a few things, including George I, the 41st president, as well as what is the relation with Saudi America and the United States, the Khashoggi issue, him being brutally tortured and murdered, and the strain that puts on the U.S. relationships, and what's going on with our senators. Are they reactionary here? Is anyone really talking about how vital Saudi Arabia is to the United States in that region? And that's the reason that we have to tread lightly with this relationship, not because, as the media would have you believe it, President Trump says, oh, they're buying some planes from us, so we can't really be mean to them. Wow, that's so pedestrian. We'll talk about that. And if we have enough time, Dr. Fatawa has a great column out concerning sexual abuse in the priesthood and what's happening there. And I don't know if we'll be able to tackle that in today's show. That's a lot, and that might have to be saved for another edition of Conservatively Speaking. But be sure to tune us in either at AM 730 or AM 830. And of course, you can take us anywhere on the TuneIn app. Just punch in WCRN, and there you are. You can stream us anywhere on any of your devices. I'm Joe Mandricotti, and I will see you on the radio.